just... So I noticed a lot of people here came prepared. They had all their papers ready, and I'm like, I only had one note and the presentation on my phone, so I will try to do my best. All right. There we go. Very nice, but I can't see my notes in the presentation, so I need this one. So, hello, my name is Nicolas Adami. I am the Fleet Auditor and Training Director at Mastermind Ship Management. And this is my first presentation ever in front of a live audience. Thank you. Wait for it until it's finished, then we can give it. I will be honest, coming here I didn't know exactly how or what to encounter. And much like everything in life, I try to break down things to the basic needs. I know we have people here from different walks of life, different professions, different departments. I don't know how many people of you have been on ship as well. And I try to focus more on the vessel side of things, because I am a seafarer myself. And sailing for 7 years on the ships, the crew is close to my heart, and I want to give them what I can now that I have a position in an office. So, starting that with the basics, what is team building? Everyone hears these words, everyone says, we need team building, everyone needs to be together as a team, but what does it actually mean? Team building is a process of bringing individuals together with different skills, different backgrounds, different genders, and we bring them together for a common goal. What is this common goal? Where do these individuals come from, and why do they want to be there? How are we addressing this on the shipping industry? We heard in the previous panel what is happening in the offices and how everything is being upgraded to be more inclusive. What happens on the ships? We have a vessel which on average has 19 people on board, and they're there to work. They are there to find and provide for their families. What can we give them or what can we supply them to make their lives a little bit easier in this matter? The importance of team building is to be able to communicate, to collaborate together, to have a vision given to them so that they know what the value is, what they're doing there, and why they're doing it. Every one of us here wants to be appreciated, and we want to know, and for lack of better words, value or show value in our work in this matter. How do we do that? With effective team building. We bring the people together, we open the channels of communication, they talk amongst themselves. Nowadays, with technologies, they have the access to do this in the office, to speak directly to the people in the office, with the community and the technology that comes on board. So the small community of the ship, of the 15 people, suddenly have a larger community around them that supports them. When we build a team, it is important that we boost the morale and motivation. Individually, a person has, as expressed by Mr. David, needs that needs to be filled. These are our physical needs. We need to survive, we need food, we need clothes to be cold. Now we added the internet, below that is Wi-Fi, and underneath that is battery life. So if you see the pyramid, it's the 3 steps that have been added to this. So we want to motivate these people to work for us. The seafarers are there, they're the lifeblood, they're the heart of every shipping company. Without them, we wouldn't have the things that we have now. And it is important for the shipping companies and the conferences around the world to address this as well. We want to help, we work for the seafarers. We are here to support them so that in return they can support us. And this way it will also increase the productivity and efficiency that they're there. In ye olden days, where the only communication was a letter, you would have to find yourself a good captain to be able to motivate his crew on a sailing boat, and then rely on him to give you all the news. Now, we can communicate directly with them, and we can try and give them whatever we can to make their lives a little bit easier and also boost the productivity and efficiency. How do we do that? How do we build the teams, the people in the shipping company, the people that work in the HR? What are your channels in finding these people? First panel, we saw that the interviews and the data management will be handled by AI. What are the parameters that we set in those AI systems in order to filter and find us the best possible crew for this? We don't know yet. We have to first try it. We need people that will give us constructive feedback. We need the people in the HR to be able to give clear goals and expectations of what the value is of the companies that they're working for. Without the transparency of this, how can we expect the people to work for us and be happy about it without even knowing? Moving in with Gen Z, this is one of the most important things that we saw as well in the previous presentation. They need the transparency, and they need to know that their value, the work that they do, is valued by us. And I speak us as in the broader community as well that benefit from shipping. And within that, we need to also encourage the people that are on board and the people that are in the office to be creative and innovative with this. On the ship, again, I don't know how many people of you have had the opportunity to sail on a cargo ship or maybe on a cruise ship. It's a little bit easier. Things are limited, and we need to find creative ways to make the life on board easier, so that in return, our team can perform to the best of their abilities. Here, I wanted to bring a few practices from my experience on board, how you can have a practical team building strategies on board. Fostering an open communication. What does it mean? We want people to communicate. We don't want to penalize. We don't want to have a blame culture. We want people to be able to say what's on their mind, and we need people to be able to listen to this and understand what it means. This can have a lot of impact when it comes to teams. We want to promote collaboration on board. This can be done during drills, safety drills. You're collaborating towards a common goal, not to die at sea. You are the ones that are there to save yourself. So a collaboration in this matter means exactly this. Work towards the common goal. Start small and see the bigger picture in the end. Every puzzle starts with one piece. Establish clear goals and roles. This is usually done by the ranks on board, so we always have the master and the chief engineer, and then the ranks assigned to the crew underneath. But what does that mean for them? We have the job descriptions, but if you had the chance to go there, you will see that the work is not always able to be fitted in a one-page or two-page job description in the contract. Give them why they're doing it. The cadets, the trainees, why are they standing on the gangway? What is the purpose of this? Show them what their work means to the larger scale. You have all the regulations, you have people there with a lot of knowledge. They need to be able to show what the work means. Encourage trust and respect among the crew. This comes now a little bit closer to our day and age. As everyone knows, the shipping industry was male-dominated on board, so you always had male crew. Now, with the introduction, more and more females are getting leading positions as captains and engineers. it is clearly a shift. In the offices, we can see that collaborations works. What does it mean on a ship when they're isolated for 3 weeks or a month in the Pacific Ocean, dodging the monsoons and typhoons? This needs to be encouraged, and this also needs to be educated from the office side to the leading staff, and then from the leading staff to the crew, lesser or the ratings on board. Promoting cross-training, this will be more elaborated on the third panel when we have the ocean learning platform and the KVH people that will show us what is possible to be done. But also, let's remember the traditional training means. Have mentors on board, the crewing people that are able to hire people and interview them, see if these people could be mentors to the ratings. Don't get someone that has just a very nice CV, but can't communicate like myself. And at the very end of the practical team building strategies, which was my favorite, was celebrating achievements. Now with karaoke events and barbecues, every little achievement that the crew has completed was celebrated in a barbecue, in a feast, with a little bit of alcohol, not too much for the people that are on watch. But this boosted the morale. It's nice to see that the crew is valued and that their achievements matter, even on a small scale. How do we do this? In every team, there's always must be a leader, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen these words before. What does it mean to have a leadership style? On board of a ship, one must be able to get all of this together in different aspects. Example, as the master, when you're going through a passage and you have the river passage, or during bunkering operation for the chief engineer, their leadership needs to be autocratic. There is no room for error. What I say must be done. When you are communicating on how to navigate or what the passage plan will be with your navigational officers, you can usher a democratic style. Maybe this is better. Maybe this is easier to be done. Give them the option. The leaders of today and the leaders of the future need to be able to adapt between the leadership styles that are available. And then, when they need to organize the barbecue, let them do whatever they want. Just give them the tools, and they will find a way. It is important to be able to adapt. And this is what we need to learn from the shore side, that the vessels are the ones that are adapting everything that we're doing here. These are some basic traits that a leader might have. Be able to give a clear communication. Be honest, transparent, resilient to the work. The people that are on board are the hardest working people that I know. And this comes also, in other departments as well. The hard workers, you can see that they're oozing experience. And some people hang by the words. I could remember captains that came and worked together with me as a cadet to show me how this was done. And to this day, they're still occupying my mind. To have a captain come to a trainee and give him the tools and let me show you how this is being done. This is what I consider to be an effective trait as well. And I wish in the future that more of these people exist. And I've heard a lot of times that leaders are born, but through life experience, I can see that we can also cultivate them. A lot of people finish, a lot of people get their license, a lot of people are captains with responsibilities as well, but we don't necessarily consider them leaders because, the knowledge is there, but they cannot communicate effectively with the people. So it is important for a shipping company to be able to cultivate this, to be able to show them and lead them through the right channels, be it with development programs, to give them the skills or the bare minimum skills to lead effectively. As I mentioned before, these are some qualities that a successful leader should have. Be able to give clear communication with his crew, but also with the office. Be able to show what the visions are and what the values are, why they're doing what they're doing. Be able to adapt in any dynamic event that may come. Shipping changes by the day. I'm sure most people know this. It's a very slow to adapt technology, but it changes every day. We need people to be able to adapt to this quite fast. How do we do this? Through leadership programs. I'm sure a lot of people have, if you just Google leadership development programs, you will get universities offering courses on it. Millions of different e-learning modules, books, audiobooks, podcasts. Everything is available at our fingertips. We just need to utilize this to our best potential. And we need to be able to understand that learning is continuous. And this is more prominent on the vessels, because you finish the university, you get a rank, you go on board, and you start working. But whatever you were taught in university, this comes now from me, half of the stuff that I learned in university are no longer applicable because technology took over. We don't do any more astronomical navigation. We have 3 GPS that get the position more accurately than astronomy would ever get it. 1 minute. I'm almost done. It's finished. This is conclusion. There you go. So, if anything made sense of what I said, what I want you guys to take away from it is that the leadership and the level is it starts from the top. Water always flows from the top, and also the fish stinks from the head. So, your board of directors, your managers, need to be able to mold and give you the tools in the office to find the leaders that you will put on board of the vessel, and so that they can perform their jobs to the best of their abilities so that everyone can benefit out of it. This is basically it. Now you may clap if you want. Oh.